Alright, so I'm gonna do something later on in this episode, and by do I mean say, that isn't gonna make a lot of sense based on something I've already told you, but I need you to roll with me on it. I think it's gonna be funny.
Do as I say and not as I do?
If you want. Welcome to Under the Bridge, everybody!
Welcome to Under the Bridge.
I'm Cody, aka the Scarlet Troll.
And I am Greg, aka Greg.
And this is our podcast where we talk news of the pop culture variety. Sometimes comic news, sometimes gaming news, pretty much always movie news, and also pretty much always a movie review. So make sure to ring the like button, smash that bell, and share the video around if you're into that sort of thing, because it helps us out, and we appreciate it.
Indeed we do.
I forgot for a moment where I was supposed to go from here, and then I remembered the news.
Yeah, it's okay. I was trying to think of a zinger immediately, and nothing came to mind, so it's just like, alright, we're gonna vanilla the shit out of this.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
So the Hollywood Reporter sat down for an interview with Steve Asbelt, who is president of, I believe, 20th Century Studios at this point.
Okay.
Let me double check that.
I got mildly excited for a second because I thought you said his name was Steve Zatchbell. I'm just like, ooh, Zatchbell?
God, that was a show, wasn't it?
That was a show and a manga, and I'm pretty sure it has a sequel series that's actively being printed.
Okay, president of production, I think.
Hmm.
Although, Hollywood Studios just calls him 20th Century Studios, but I don't know how executive positions work. He's high up on the food chain at 20th Century, formerly Fox.
Right.
And he told us some interesting things.
Such as?
There's an Alien Romulus sequel confirmed.
Aight.
Well, okay, in the sense of, they are working on an idea. Apparently, it's not a done deal yet with Fede Alvarez, the director of Alien Romulus, but they're close. It's expected that a deal will close. And they're exploring what to do with Rain and Andy from that movie.
Okay.
Yeah, alright, I liked Alien Romulus. I'll take another one of those. If you could tone down the...
Horrific gore?
No, absolutely not. Keep that. It's not Alien without it. No, just
Okay.
tone down on the blatant reverent callbacks to the original movies. That'd be real great. I'd appreciate it.
We do not need a sermon from Reverend Callback for this movie.
I don't need someone who's not Ripley saying, "Get away from her, you bitch."
Right.
Alright? It's a little much.
Mm-hmm. It's a little on the nose.
Too much so, which is crazy, because as far as I know, the Xenomorphs don't have those.
I was thinking about that as I said, it's like, wait, do the Xenomorphs have noses? Do they have olfactory sensors of any kind?
I don't think they do. I think they just have horrifying mouths inside of mouths.
Okay.
On the subject of sci-fi monster movies, apparently not only are we getting Predator Badlands, but there's a secret Predator movie being worked on, also by Dan Trachtenberg, that apparently it's not going to be released theatrically, so might be a streaming thing then.
Separate from the denizens of the world, protecting humankind or alien kind from the shadows, it is the Secret Predators.
I don't like that. I don't like the sound of that. I don't like the idea of calling anything the Secret Predators, alright?
Headed by R. Kelly and P. Diddy.
Oh, damn. Got him.
I know nothing about the Secret Avengers. That was just the first thing that came to my head, by the way.
Throw Deathstroke in there.
Wink,
wink.
God. Yeah, then it's the Secret Predators by far and away.
This part's also interesting. He teased that we'll eventually, probably, see another Alien vs. Predator.
Okay.
But he also specified it wouldn't be in the way you think. That's the thing. Not in the way that it will just be called Alien vs. Predator or anything like the original movies. If we do this, they'll be organically created out of these two franchises that we've continued with characters that we fall in love with, and those characters will combine. Perhaps. But we haven't gotten to that point, and we're not just gonna bang it out.
It makes me wonder, when was the last Alien vs. Predator movie?
Not long enough ago.
Hold
on a second. Alien vs. Predator. I want to say it was called Requiem? Was the last one? 2007.
Oh my.
Yeah, not long enough ago.
Was it a bad movie?
It's Alien vs. Predator, what do you think?
I don't know, dude. I don't really watch a lot of these movies.
Not valid, I guess.
But apparently does not have great ratings, so...
No, it's not a good movie.
Oh, there was a video game, too. Is it expensive? Let's find out. This is great podcasting.
Great live intel.
Yes, Alien vs. Predator Requiem. It was on the PSP. It's apparently $20 on the PSP.
Damn.
I feel like that's probably $20 more than it should be worth.
At least, I think I saw Alien vs. Predator? I I don't remember now. I know I don't include it on the list of Alien movies that I've seen, but that doesn't mean anything.
Right? I mean, there's a lot of them.
Well, it's more just, I don't count it as an Alien movie anyway. It's a crossover movie. It's like, an Avengers movie is not a Captain America movie, you know?
Ooh. Here's an interesting one. Sorry, just completely off topic from that. There was an Alien vs. Predator game on the Super Famicom of all things.
What the heck?
Guess how much that's worth with it being complete in box.
Oh, complete in box.
Yes.
This is either going to be very high or ridiculously low. I'm going to skew towards low. I'm going to say $40.
Very incorrect.
Damn. Other way around then?
Yeah, according to Price Charting, which is an aggregate website, it's like $190.
Holy shit!
Yeah, for what I can only imagine to be horrifically American Super Famicom game.
Jesus.
That is hilarious to me. As far as I can tell, it only came out on the Super Famicom. It doesn't look like there was a SNES entry. But we're not here to talk about who's who of weird, obscure movie tie-in Japanese video game collecting.
No, although it doesn't hurt. It actually, because it's been a few weeks, I think, since we had any actual gaming news. So
yeah, so there you go. It's us once again looking at the collector sphere, going, "Hoo boy."
Yeah, there you go. Oh, I just looked at a thing and I holy crap.
Oh, what do we got?
Oh, I can't say, I literally can't say it, but...
On a scale of 1 to Secret Predators, how bad is it?
It's Secret Predators, but...
Oh, really?
No, so, real quick, I googled this because it's relevant, I'm probably cutting this bit. Just read the synopsis section. No, not the synopsis section, the summary at the top, where it says it was first published in the United Kingdom.
Oh. Yeah, we can't say... Oh, yeah, we can't say that on air.
Yeah. No, the reason I brought up this thing that I can't say is because during this interview, the interviewer decided to do a, quote, lightning round on some 20th century titles and if there were new installments in development.
I hope there's none of this!
Well, they're not currently working on Free Guy 2, because apparently it's up to Levy and Reynolds to come up with an idea and they're busy. There's no plans on doing any Kingsman sequels or prequels anytime soon. Thank God.
I'm actually surprised by that. I thought that Kingsman was somehow still rolling.
Yeah, but Argyle didn't do great and people didn't like it.
Fair.
So why would they do more at this point? You gotta let it sit. You gotta come up with a new, better idea.
You know what? Off topic from that a little bit. Argyle is one of the few experiences I've ever had where it's like, first bit of the movie is like, you know what? This isn't great, but it's not that bad. And then gets to a particular bit later on, it's just like, oh, now we're getting bad. We are actively getting worse as things go on.
They're also apparently working on adaptations of more Agatha Christie mystery movies. Not just Hercule Poirot ones either, but they're apparently working on Witness for the Prostitution, Miss Marple, and then there were none. Hoo boy.
Not with the original name, I hope.
Not with the original UK name, no.
Yeah, right.
Tug at the collar.
Right.
And apparently there aren't any Die Hard plans yet, which, I mean, in wake of the whole Bruce Willis thing, yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, you can't really have Die Hard without Bruce Willis, I feel.
I don't think you can. They probably have tried.
Oh, yeah. Or they're at least considering it, but it's like, no, not how it works, guys. Not at all.
Yeah. Let's move on to a little bit of minor DC news and move away from sequels and prequels and things that aren't in development. This minor bit of DC news is yet another James Gunn debunks a rumor.
Oh boy.
And this is a rumor I didn't even know was going on, but apparently there were alleged scoops going around that Zatanna had been cast for the DCU and that it was going to be Dua Lipa.
Okay.
That is not the case.
Alrighty.
So, alright.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, is there something I need to know about Dua Lipa in particular, or?
I mean, it's in a weird spot where I'm sure she would do fine at it, but also that feels like stunt casting to the extreme. And then would you have like a backwards magic song that go with the movie that?
A backwards magic song.
No, just call it backwards magic or something. I don't know.
backwards magic. It sounds like it would be like a pop song of some kind.
Oh, right, she was in Argyle.
I'm sorry?
I forgot, Dua Lipa was in Argyle.
Who was she in Argyle?
She was the lady at the start during the first Henry Cavill John Cena sequence, the one dancing with Henry Cavill who then leads them on the destruction derby chase through Greece.
Oh, she's the one in the gold dress, right?
Yeah, that's her.
Oh, she was apparently also in Barbie. She was the mermaid.
She was the mermaid.
Barbie.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
I really don't think we're missing much by her not being Zatanna.
Right.
Nothing against her. There's got to be somebody better. I feel like.
Mm-hmm. Understandable.
I still remember walking out of Argyle wondering, wait, does that mean that Bryce Dallas Howard did the whole whirligig dance thing with her? Very confused by that movie.
Extremely.
I don't like it. Alright, let's move away from that news real quick.
Alright.
We got an update from Paul Bettany on the Vision series, which is that it's shooting next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, when is it projected to come out?
I'd assume 2026, probably. He said, we're cooking up something that I'm really excited about, but he also said he couldn't reveal more because snitches end up in ditches.
Well, that's a little aggressive, don't you think?
Nah, man, they got those Marvel snipers. They're on deck. They're ready. They're taking the shot.
Fair enough. Ugh.
No, they're ready to roll, man. It's a well-known secret. Marvel has leak snipers trained. Too many people give away stuff in interviews, bam, never seen again. Why do you think they replaced Terrence Howard?
But they haven't done Tom Hiddleston yet.
No, Tom Holland's the one who really has the reputation for giving stuff away, but...
Yeah.
But really, actually, I think Mark Ruffalo is the bigger leak.
Oh, really?
He gave away what happened in Infinity War during an interview.
That's right. I forgot about that.
He was like, everyone dies at the end. And Don Cheadle was sitting next to him and was like, bruh.
Bro, what the You know what I find funny about that is I can only assume you learned about that after Infinity War, because I distinctly remember your face when we watched Infinity War and when, like, almost everyone got snapped.
No, I heard it. I thought he was kidding.
Yeah. Oh, okay. No, everyone is actually going to die.
I commend them. I genuinely didn't think they had the balls to end an Avengers movie like that.
Right.
So, good. Yeah, no, I was very surprised. Also, like to remind you, Mark Ruffalo accidentally kept his phone live streaming for the first 30 minutes of Thor Ragnarok at the world premiere.
Nice.
Yeah. So, it's Mark Ruffalo you gotta be worried about. Yeah, I'm sure Paul Bettany's also afraid of saying anything regarding what may or may not happen in Disney Plus series after he got absolutely roasted by fans for the little WandaVision tease.
Right.
Where he said, I get to share a scene with an actor I've always wanted to work with, we have great chemistry, it's phenomenal. And it turns out he was talking about himself. He was talking about the bit with the two visions, talking about Ship of Theseus and what have you. What is the Ship of Theseus if not the Ship of Theseus persevering?
Right.
No, I'm excited for a Vision series. I really wanted to, because it'll have been 5 years by this point.
Yeah, since we got WandaVision.
Yeah, 5 years since we know that Vision came back, and no indication of what he's been up to since.
It's also a thing like this is the new Vision, right? Because he got separated from his previous self or something like that.
Well, we know what happened to the old Vision. The old Vision, or the WandaVision Vision, he disappeared. He poofed away into magic dust when Wanda finally stopped holding that town hostage.
Right.
God, I hate Wanda.
What, you don't like your magical witch holding probably a good 1,000 people hostage without them knowing because she's got emotional catharsis going on?
No, they did know. That's the worst part. They were aware of the whole thing.
Oh, that's right, they were.
Yeah. No, actively aware that their memories are being suppressed and overwritten because Wanda won't go to therapy.
I mean, would you want to be Wanda's therapist?
It's not my job to be. I'm just saying, Wanda ought to be in jail. Not just for the Westview thing. I mean before then. I don't mean for the Civil War thing. I mean the angry Hulk on a city full of innocent people and working for Hydra shit.
Fair. It's fair and valid.
Fuck Wanda. In slightly better Marvel news.
Okay.
We now have a confirmed release date and director for Spider-Man 4.
Oh boy, really?
Yep, July 24th, 2026, and Destin Daniel Cretton is confirmed to direct.
Is he good?
Shang-Chi.
Yeah, he's good.
As in, he directed it, not he is Shang-Chi.
No.
Simu Liu is Shang-Chi.
Yes. I mean, hey, maybe that means that Shang-Chi will show back up. In a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, who knows? I'll take it. That's street level, that works.
I mean, honestly, I just want more Shang-Chi, more than anything else.
That was such a good movie! It stumbled a little bit at the end when it turned into fighting a giant CGI monster, but it was really good!
It was a very good movie.
But this gives me a lot of hope because the choreography on that was amazing, so imagine applying that with Spider-Man abilities.
Right.
Gold! I can't wait, I'm excited! The only thing that's giving me pause is that this comes out after Doomsday!
Oh, I wonder what the tie-in is gonna be there.
Because, I mean, it's not confirmed, but I feel like there's no way Avengers Secret Wars doesn't happen on Battleworld, but for that to happen, they kind of have to fail at saving the multiverse, and the multiverse has to collapse. They haven't set any of this up either. Fuck!
Multiverse!
We're a year and a half out, and we barely have any projects left that are explicitly gonna set up, like, oh, the multiverse is collapsing and shit. I don't doubt that we're gonna get it, but God, I just between this and another thing that I'm not gonna get into just yet, I'm optimistic for Spider-Man 4, but I also have a little bug in the back of my brain going, oh, they have an opportunity to do the worst possible thing ever here, and they might. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm just glad to have news on this Spider-Man movie. I was afraid Sony was about to take their ball and go home.
Sony has the potential to do the dumbest thing ever.
They still do. But, hey, you know what? I'm just happy to still have him. I like Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I mean, don't get me wrong, No Way Home is my least favorite of the Home trilogy, but I still think it was decent. I still think it was a fun time.
Yeah, it's still good.
But for the love of fuck, can he fight Scorpion or fucking Shocker or some low-scheme thing instead of fucking multiverse? If I never have to deal with Spider-Man in the multiverse again, I'll still die haunted.
Who's Shocker?
Are you having a laugh?
No.
Shocker. He wears a red and yellow outfit in the comics, and he was in Homecoming. He was the guy who worked for Vulture, what had the vibration gauntlets, and then Vulture vaporized him and gave it to somebody else and went, here, now you're the Shocker.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
He's still out there!
I really need to rewatch a good number of these movies, honestly.
Excited.
I'm the Shocker, bitch.
Well, not even close?
I know, but I found a picture from Reddit a few years ago of the actor next to, like an animated counterpart, and that's just the vibe I get. I'll send you the post real fast.
Alright, what is this? Visit site.
Yeah, it's just the face that he has more than anything else.
I guess that is a real I'm the Juggernaut bitch kind of face.
I do feel that.
Yeah. Let's go to trailer time.
Okay, sure.
There's no trailers this week.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Are you about to pull some shit?
That was the thing! That was the thing that I needed you to just go with.
Oh, okay.
I paid off the foreshadowing. There we go.
Okay, I was gonna say, it's like, oh, you having a fucking laugh.
I'm immediately better than Venom 3. I actually paid off the foreshadowing.
Yeah, oh my god. And now let's go to the box office.
No, long story short, no trailers caught my attention this week, so I was just like, you know what, this is gonna be long enough, probably. Or maybe it'll be shorter, and I have less work to do. We'll find out.
Spends the next 40 minutes ranting about the movie.
Box office. We did see the highest grossing movie domestically this weekend. It was, in fact, Venom The Last Dance.
Right. Oh, God.
Roughly $51 million domestic weekend, and total, it's actually underperforming domestically relative to expectations.
Oh, really?
But it's sitting at $175 million worldwide against a $120 million budget, so the odds are this is making at least some money.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to start turning a profit probably by this weekend. Unless it just has the worst drop in human history.
It could.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, it doesn't even need to have the worst, theoretically speaking. I mean, Joker did what, 82% drop?
Yeah.
Even a 70% drop. Not historic, but not great.
Right.
No, I think I remember reading that the Venom movies have gradually been trending down in terms of...
reception?
Not reception, but in terms of box office performance, which at this stage is kind of hard to track because, again, it's only the opening weekend for Venom The Last Dance. But let me tell you, that would fit, because these just keep getting worse.
Yeah. So, I am of the opinion that this is the worst one of the three, but I also say that not remembering an awful lot of Venom 2. I know I watched Venom 2, but I do not remember a lot of it at all.
No, same. So maybe this is better than Venom Let There Be Carnage, but that would require me to rewatch Venom Let There Be Carnage, and then probably watch this one too, and kind of side-by-side it, and I don't think I have that in me.
I mean, I would be willing to rewatch Venom Let There Be Carnage just because, once again, I don't remember a lot of it, so I feel like a refresher wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
I've come to a difficult conclusion 5 movies in to Sony's Spider-Man universe.
Oh boy.
The best one, in terms of being a movie, is still Venom.
Venom 1 is not great, but I still don't think it's that bad.
I think it's pretty bad, because it's intolerable until the symbiote comes in, like a third of the way through. And even at that point, it never gets good, it just gets stupid fun. But that's not the real distressing part. The distressing part is, Venom is still the best one, in terms of being a movie, but I feel like my favorite is probably Madam Web.
Oh, come now.
Look, Madam Web is a fucking train wreck, alright?
Yes.
So much is wrong with this movie that it leaves you wondering where to even begin. And in that sense, it's kind of fucking glorious.
Alright, no, expand. I need to hear this.
I mean, you were there. You saw it with me. We reviewed it together. Make sure to check out Madam Web is Bad and other stuff if you need a refresher. Wink, wink.
Yeah,
like, comment, subscribe.
for real.
Plugs are way easier to do when you're recording and not in person.
See, the automobile is a construct of the mind.
I mean, you got the Peruvian spider people, you've got the bad guy ADR'd, and it doesn't match his lip movements. You've got a bunch of grown-ass adult women pretending to be teenagers.
I mean, so the thing is for me about Madam Web in that aspect is that at the end of the day, it sounds like, I feel like watching that movie, it's like, okay, it's one thing to be bad, but at least still give it your best shot. It feels like very important people just didn't even give a fuck and stopped trying.
The thing there is, Madam Web is a train wreck. Venom The Last Dance is just your run-of-the-mill bad fucking movie. It's nothing special. It's just dumb. It's dumb, it doesn't know what it wants to be, and it's trying so hard to convince you that it's the last one, and I don't think this is a spoiler, but if this is actually the last one, you know what? I'll bet $20 against myself, and I'll just hand it... I'll hand you $20 if it's the last one, and if it's not the last one, you don't owe me anything.
Now, does there need to be a qualifier there of the last Venom movie in general, or the last Tom Hardy Venom?
The last movie with this Venom symbiote.
Okay. So, like, if they do, like, a new Venom, it's fine.
Yeah, if they reboot Venom, then that doesn't count.
Okay.
But, yeah, no, no, wait, I mean, where am I going with this? I'm all confused now because I'm thinking about Venom The Last Dance.
You really do not want there to be another Venom movie, is what I'm getting out of this.
I don't want there to be, but I think it's inevitable that they do make another Tom Hardy Venom. If they don't make another Tom Hardy Venom, that is when I hand you $20. And if they do make another one, you don't owe me squat.
Fair.
This is the bet I'm making with myself because I have a problem.
Now, what happens... I know this will never happen,
Jesus
because as we know, Sony is a bunch of petty assholes. Now, what happens if Marvel actually does get full Spider-Man rights somehow, some way, and then in all of that, Marvel just goes, Tom Hardy, you're back as Venom.
That's a difficult one.
Yeah. You're back, changing accents and all.
I'll say at that point, that doesn't count because that's not the
same
idea.
Universe.
I'm getting off track with this stupid imaginary bet. Part of why I don't like this movie is because they're billing it as a finale when it's clear, even within the context of this movie, it is not. They are still building up to other stuff.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And not in a good way.
I don't know. So that's one of those things where I agree with you in the very principled sense of it's building up to other things and it's not a good thing. But when it tries to do it, I personally think it's hilarious because it's not done particularly well. It's just like, oh, Oh no. It's like that one video of the guy laughing when Byleth was announced for Smash.
Oh, yeah.
It's that kind of laugh.
Funny.
Yeah, where it's just like, oh, this is not good, but you just can't help but find the fact that it's happening at least a little bit funny.
I find it a little funny, but it's really funny, because at first I came out of this thinking to myself, well, that was just pretty not great. And then I remembered you telling me that there was something in this movie that was gonna really piss me off, and I went through the list. I went through, I wonder which thing he meant. Is it this? Is it this? Is it this? Is it this? Is it, oh fuck, this is terrible.
So what I'm hearing is that I accidentally gave you an epiphany.
Yeah, no, in trying to figure out what the thing you thought I was going to be mad about was, I realized, oh shit, there's a ton here I don't like.
So that might have been a thing of me projecting. It might be something that goes in the spoiler section, but that might have been a thing of projecting, because the thing that made me very mad was just the thing of, you people suck.
Yeah, but a lot of people suck in this.
It's a thing of, you are actively putting people that you care about in an extremely dangerous situation with no regards to the consequences of what you're doing. Go fuck yourself. One of those things for me, I'm just like, yeah, I kind of hate this movie.
You could be talking about like 5 different people for that.
Yeah, I realized that after saying it, honestly.
And the only one where it makes any sense is Eddie Brock. That, you know what? That is something I like about this movie that we've barely even discussed in any kind of depth yet. I like that Eddie Brock is kind of a shitty fucking human being.
A little bit.
By which I mean, because I don't feel like this is a major spoiler. So, okay, Venom and Eddie, Vetty, the Lethal Protector.
Vetty.
They get yanked back out of the MCU, back into their universe, having not had a chance to do anything. It turns out Eddie is wanted for the murder of Patrick Mulligan back in Venom Let's Fuck Up Carnage, and then Eddie is like, oh, he can't stay in Mexico, we can't go back to San Francisco. Oh, I got an idea. I know a judge in New York who ran me out of town, which we alluded to in the first Venom, and I still got all kinds of dirt on him, so I can blackmail him into clearing my name. Yeah, I'm not guilty of murder, I'm guilty of a bunch of other shit, but I'm not guilty of this particular murder, so let me go blackmail a guy.
That's right, you were a tabloid journalist, weren't you?
What a fucking asshole. I love it, because that's Eddie Brock. Eddie Brock is a fuck-up.
Yeah, Eddie Brock sucks. He just always sucks, basically.
And here we come to the problem of this movie has no idea what the fuck it wants to be, and it's not good at contrasting those different things in a way that makes it feel entertaining or meaningful. It just feels like throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. Because you've got a Venom and Eddie road trip buddy comedy thing going on. You've got a being hunted down by the government fugitive story. You've got a cosmic horror alien invasion thing going on. And about, I don't know, halfway through the movie-ish, they try to turn it into this maudlin time to say goodbye. We've had a good run, you and me. Fucking all the way to the end, my friend, kind of. You know what? You know what hit me when I was walking out of this? This is the dark mirror to Deadpool and Wolverine.
I mean, I was getting ready to make a joke about Maroon 5 head ass.
Yeah, Maroon 5 head ass movie. But
yes.
Because they're both threequels to a franchise about a popular anti-hero that has previously existed outside of the MCU because of corporate ownership rights. Right. Now, granted, it's a little bit of a cheat because Deadpool and Wolverine was made by Marvel Studios because they acquired Fox, but you still get the end result where Deadpool and Wolverine actually feels like a successful third installment that could maybe be a finale or maybe not. Probably not, but I mean, if it was, it wouldn't be the worst. Almost definitely not, really, but it still manages to be a fun time, a funny ride, and actually inject some heart into it. Whereas Venom 3 is also definitely not the end, but you really, really wish it was.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Fuck this movie. I can't understand half of what Venom says. It's just more goo monsters fighting goo monsters. They introduce a bunch of symbiotes only to just completely waste them because it's the last one, except no, it fucking isn't. So much of the supporting cast from the last one is gone, which almost makes sense except when they bring back a couple of people for no apparent reason.
Right.
Venom's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And not even in the endearing Lethal Protector sense. okay, if you're gonna solo Venom, they went a smart route with the Lethal Protector. There are a couple of idiots trying to defend the innocent and trying to stop worse guys, but they're so fucking bad at it. But there's a point at this where Venom the symbiote is so boneheaded and does such a stupid fucking move for no discernible reason whatsoever that I just want to fucking strangle it.
No, but then you get infected with it.
Then I'll take it down with me! No, this is a stupid, dumb, inconsistent, mostly unfunny movie. I feel like a lot of the unfunny comes from the fact that I can't understand Venom half the time. Or, actually, you know what? I can't understand Eddie half the time. Because what the fuck? The Tom Hardy American accent thing was really funny in the first Venom, and it's gotten progressively less funny since.
I mean, it's just gotten worse, more than anything else.
Yeah.
Because it felt like Tom Hardy at certain points, he never... I still need to listen to him having a normal interview in his regular speaking voice, but it felt like he was switching between 2 or 3 different American accents with different inflections, sometimes mid-sentence.
You've seen him in Inception, right?
I stistill have not seen Inception, actually.
Oh, shit. Well, that's, as far as I can tell, that's the closest to his actual voice I've ever heard in a movie he's in.
Okay.
Because he's British.
Oh, I thought he was Australian.
No, he's British.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he's British. Yeah, he's English. So, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, no. That didn't help either, because it was a thing. I could understand what he was saying, but the change in inflection mid-sentence was extremely distracting. So I know we've joked about it in passing, because I think this is the second Tom Hardy movie we've talked about on this show after The Bike Riders. But it was in The Bike Riders too, but because Tom Hardy was kind of a more quiet, reserved character, it didn't come out as much, except for one key moment where he's like, stop! And here it was real bad. And because of how bad it was and frustrating it was to listen to, I feel like that's probably what contributed to it being harder to understand him. You
know what? I think you've hit the nail on the head. It's not that he's harder to understand, it's just that it's so distracting at this point that it takes you out of it, going, why are you still doing this? Wait, what did he say?
Yeah, it's extremely distracting when he changes it up like that.
I mean, they introduced some other characters in this. Chiwetel Ejiofor is playing Rex Strickland, who is the, I guess, strike force leader for Area 55, which is the secret government facility that Area 51 is a cover for.
So, is he a character in the comics?
Yes.
What's his deal?
He's recent. He's a recent one. I want to say he was one of the first people to bond with a symbiote, because I think it turns out S.H.I.E.L.D. secretly had a symbiote soldier program that they tried to break out in, I want to say, Vietnam. And I think he died, but his symbiote retained all of his memories and whatnot and kept the facade going that he was alive, and I don't remember what happened after that.
Okay.
He's not super important.
Okay.
Like a lot of people in this movie, he's not super important.
Right.
Because, I mean, not even Dan's not back. What the fuck? You couldn't at least bring back Dan? Not even a cameo? I like Dan.
Be like Dan.
Yeah. Watches Eddie climb into a lobster tank and is like, no, this is my patient.
Right.
Dan was a real bro. I mean, Stephen Graham's back as Patrick Mulligan, but he barely does anything.
Right.
Juno Temple is playing Dr. Payne, one of the many things that made me roll my eyes at this movie.
So, I don't know anything about the character or, like, the character that she's supposed to be, like, a stand-in for, but that name really did just kind of get me, because I'm just like, okay, no, only Max Payne, the fictional video game character, is the only fictional character who can make Payne work as their fictional name. Anyone else who does it is kind of try-hard.
I can't get too mad, apparently. Apparently she is a gender flip adaptation of a pre-existing character who debuted in a Morbius comic.
Is that better or is that worse? I can't.
It's a little better. It means I can't get mad at them for a stupid decision.
I don't know, there's just a part of me going, damn it, they took away my excuse to get mad. That means that they're doing it good.
It's not about it being good, it's just, I can only get so mad when they're doing an obscure adaptation of a minor comic book character, alright? It's like, okay, the character's name was actually Dr. Payne in the comics, alright, fine, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. You gotta pull all the characters you can get. You only got so many.
But gender flipped and with some of the most aggressive eyeliner I've ever seen in my life.
Mrs. Chen is back. Peggy Lou is playing Mrs. Chen, who is one of the only... Actually, I think she's the only other returning character who's been in all three of these, and...
Yeah, like, she's the only callback character as far as I'm aware.
And she really only exists to facilitate one of the worst scenes in the movie.
Fair?
So while Eddie and Venom are doing their whole thing, it turns out that the creator of the symbiotes, Null, is after this thing that only Eddie and Venom have for some reason, and it can only manifest when they're fully transformed into Venom. So, ostensibly, that's to limit what they're capable of, but Venom seems perfectly fine and take care of things without doing that.
So, and I apologize again for asking you about comic book things during this, because I think I remember you talking about it, but I don't remember. Remind me what Null's thing is again.
Well, you could check out the Poorly Explained Comics episode from yesterday for that. Wink, wink.
Ha-cha-cha-cha-cha!
But he's one of several primordial darkness gods from between iterations of the universe. He made the symbiotes. He's something. He's the King in Black. I don't remember what that means offhand. He's new. He was made in 2018.
We are the Kings in Black? Okay.
Haha!
Yeah. I wish I had something better than that, in all honesty.
But no, this is an infuriating, frustrating, stupid-ass movie. Which all the Venom movies are, but the longer it goes on, the more annoyed I get. I'm so sick of fucking symbiotes fighting symbiotes and other symbiote-adjacent things. I cannot keep track of it when it's just fucking goo slamming against other slightly different colored goo. I don't fucking care.
Right.
Especially when they've all got weird random-ass do-anything powers. What's the fucking stakes? Oh, they can all regenerate, except for this super secret fucking special technique, what undoes symbiote regeneration. It feels like a couple of kids playing make-believe in the park, gradually escalating the rules, going, well, my guy can do this!
Just a bunch of kids playing with their action figures, basically.
Yeah. No, dumb fucking movie.
Sounds like it.
What do you mean sounds like? You were there!
I mean, I don't know, dude. I feel like, if anything, I'm pretty easy to entertain, but I walked away from this movie and I was like, this movie's kinda dumb, but I can't really describe very well in great detail why it's dumb. But it is dumb. It is not a particularly great movie. So, once again, I kind of rely on you to kind of expunge it a little bit for me.
Yeah. What do you think? Should we go to spoilers?
Sure.
Alright. Oh, and also, there's 2 post-credit scenes, neither of them are worth it, and the credits are like 15 fucking minutes.
Okay, thank you. I felt like the credits went on forever, because I'm like, of course there's a post-credits, and I also looked it up after the mid-credits scene. It's like, is there an end-credits scene? And there was. I was like, okay, fine, I'll wait. But it really did feel like the credits went on forever. Like, they were just so horrifically slow. I'm especially mad about that, because the last song that they play at the end of the credits is a really good rap song that sounds like has Ghostface Killah in it, and I did not Shazam it, and that pissed me off even further.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, long credits are a problem, because it's important to make sure everybody gets their due, everybody gets properly noted. A lot of people work on these things, and it's very important that their work gets represented and the credits assigned where it's due. Hence the name, the credits.
Right.
But, if you're gonna do post-credit scenes to entice the audience to stick around, you might as well, like, at least try.
Ooh, is talking about the final post-credit scene a spoiler?
I think so, because it hints at... It's still a hint of something.
Fair enough. Okay.
So, ultimately, don't.
Yeah. Not worth.
Not worth it in the slightest. I have this at number, I want to say 50? I put it right above Argyle.
Wait, wow, I didn't realize you had Argyle that low on the board.
I don't fucking like Argyle, man.
Yeah, that's fair.
Argyle's also a stupid fucking movie. It's literally... I don't want to get back into Argyle, but the problem with Argyle is that Argyle is just an inferior Kingsman made by the guy who made Kingsman, so there's no fucking excuse.
Right.
Anyways.
But yeah, Venom 3 is bad, which of course means that you're going to get it on physical the first chance you get.
Eventually. Maybe not first chance, but eventually. No, Venom 3 was bad enough that it made me reevaluate Madam Web, and I bumped Madam Web up a few spots.
When one bad movie gives you a bad movie epiphany, where it's like, you look at Madam Web and go, perhaps I treated you too harshly.
Exactly! That is exactly what this movie did.
That is amazing. And I don't know if that's a good thing, but it is amazing.
No, it's not. Anyways, don't bother with Venom The Last Dance. And if you don't want to get spoiled, make sure to click away in 3, 2, 1. So, I was going through the list, trying to figure out, what's the thing that Greg thought was really gonna piss me off?
Yes, and for me, what it was, because we've both talked about shitty parents in movies and how much we fucking hate them.
I used to hand out an award for that.
Yeah! If we still did that award, the reward for shittiest parents in a feature-length film in 2024 would go to the hippie parents in this movie. Specifically, not because they're hippies, but it's specifically because, to kind of jump around slightly, during Eddie Brock's travels in the middle of America trying to evade the symbiotes that are trying to kill him.
In Area 55.
In Area 55, he comes across this pair of hippie parents who are taking their kids to Area 51 before it gets decommissioned, because apparently in this universe, Area 51 of all places gets decommissioned, which is never gonna fucking happen.
And nobody else showed up! That's fucking weird!
Yeah, it was! And they even talk about that too. They're just like, better than all the tourists showing up. I'm like, you mean to tell me that... Because they talk about it on the radio too. I was like, no, this isn't... There should be other people. Area 51 being shut down would be national headlines, largely from a security of the country perspective. The long and short of it is that Area 51 is an extremely important military base. It's not the kind of thing that just gets decommissioned and things randomly blown up willy-nilly. But that's neither here nor there.
150 people showed up based on a shitpost.
Yes. Which led to the government and the Air Force being, okay, y'all, please don't actually try to come in. We don't want to shoot anybody.
And then they just had a pretty chill time.
Yeah, everyone had a chill time and, aid and whatever. It was just like one of the most wonderfully chill times in the last 10 years in this country. But yeah, so these hippie parents were dragging their kids to Area 51 because the dad wants to go to Area 51 to see a space alien before it gets shut down. Which... pop off, Chief. And they make it to Area 51 and are looking through the gates and all that. And they notice that there is a portion of the gate that for some strange reason is just open. That just got open and no one fixed it. And the dad is just like, basically just goes, let's go. Let's go inside. I'm just like, how fucking dare you?
Okay. And also the fact that the hole was discovered and exploited by their son, who expressly didn't want to go because he was afraid of the idea of meeting aliens.
Yeah, and
so why is he so enthusiastic to fucking get in there?
If I remember correctly, the son goes through, looks back at his dad, because the son probably realized, wait, I probably shouldn't be doing this, and the dad's like, no, go through, we're gonna go into this very active, very much still being used, United States Air Force military base, one of the most secure bases on the planet. We're just gonna go in, climb up a decommissioned sniper tower, and just watch things. Which I'm just like, fuck you. You are actively putting your family in danger. If the shit going on underneath the base doesn't do anything, which it eventually does, Air Force guardsmen are gonna come out and shoot you.
And that's not even getting into the part where it's expressly mentioned during their introduction that he pulled out their savings to facilitate this stupid fucking road trip.
Yeah, that too.
So even if he doesn't get them shot, they're still facing financial ruination.
But they have a cool VW bus, so it's all good.
Oh yeah, that makes it all worth it. Fuck you, Martin.
Yeah, actually, that was a thing where I had to stop myself because I was starting to just go. It was like, you motherfucker! Like I had to quiet myself down because what the fuck is wrong with you?
So no, I was going through the list, and I thought, what's the thing that I think Greg thinks is gonna piss me off the most? Is it the name Dr. Payne? Is it the hippie family? Is it the fact that this symbiote hunting xenophage can jump onto an airplane that's at cruising altitude from the ground, maybe on a mountain, but definitely still on the ground, and yet it gets outsped later by Eddie Brock on a fucking motorcycle? Is it the fact that these xenophages are completely invincible and unkillable until they're not? Is it the fact that Venom is willing to endanger the entire world just to have a fucking dancing queen montage with Mrs. Chen? Is it the fact...
When did you guys practice this?
Yeah, when did you guys practice this? Because you clearly fucking did! And how does Eddie not know that you practiced this? You're attached to the fucker!
I will say, if there's anything that I liked, it was the Japanese city pop cover of Dancing Queen. That was kind of cool.
I was too busy being infuriated. Because, okay, here's the thing. The thing that Null apparently needs that Eddie and Venom have is a thing called a codex. And how that works is, I guess, when a symbiote brings its host back from the dead, it creates some kind of amalgamated life force thing, and that's the codex. And it only manifests when Venom fully transforms. So, Venom knows this! Venom is the one telling Eddie about this! Venom is the one saying, as long as we're both alive, if I'm fully transformed, those monster things can hunt us down, they will be all up on our ass, and if they get the codex, it is the literal end of life in the universe! Null will kill everything! So what does Venom do? Immediately suit up and transform because Mrs. Chen wants a dance! What the fuck? Predictably, the xenophage gets right on their ass! And then they get kidnapped by Area 51! This is all Venom's fault! I'm glad he's dead! Except he's not!
Once again, it's a thing of... I didn't think about it too much, because I'm like, oh, I just hyper-focused on the one thing. And then when you told me, it's like, you went down the list, I was like, that's right, that's not how Cody works.
No, but I figured out that's not even the thing that actually pisses me off the most. The thing that actually pisses me off the most, I figured out, is not the name Dr. Payne, it's Dr. Payne's entire arc, so to speak.
It's Dr. Payne's pain.
Her arc of electricity, so to speak.
Which also doesn't make any scientific sense in all honesty.
I don't know. So what happens is, her whole shtick is, she works for Area 55 because when she was a kid, her twin brother died because they were on the beach and a lightning storm happened and they were running and holding hands trying to get away from the lightning storm and lightning hit her and went through her and she lived but her brother died, so now she's vicariously living the life that he wanted to live by exploring space, by going to Area 55 and studying symbiotes and shit. So, fuck, it sounds even dumber when I say it out loud.
So I actually have a question about the brother.
Yeah?
Since you said it was a gender flip, I assume that the brother is actually the original Dr. Payne from the comics. Is that Dr. Payne a supervillain?
He is a supervillain, but I don't know, because did we ever get the brother's name?
I don't know. I mean, I assume that the brother's last name is also Payne.
Yeah, but he was it's Thaddeus Payne in the comics.
Okay.
Apparently.
Yeah, because it's a thing of, what did it for me is how calmly he says, what was it, when there's lightning, get inside, or whatever.
When there's thunder, time to runder?
Yeah, and it's like, the way he says it in just this low monotone voice where we go, you're a psychopath, aren't you?
You got some bodies in the basement, don't you?
Yeah!
But, anyways.
Either you're a psychopath or you're just not a great actor. But either way.
Getting back to Dr. Payne, they have a whole facility full of symbiotes, which they then end up letting loose to try and stop the xenophages, but they all die. Toxin's dead, fucking Lasher ends up dead, Phage dies, the blue two-headed symbiote, who's not anybody as far as I know, dies. They're all...
Am I supposed to know anything about these symbiotes?
They don't fucking matter.
Okay.
But there's a point where, at the end, after the xenophages have all been killed by Venom sacrificing itself, except not, because we know it's gonna be back, God, I hate this movie. There's...
I would love to see your notes on this movie.
I didn't take any! I didn't have my notebook! I couldn't find it!
Oh, that's right!
This is all just me latching on to the few bits of hate I can muster.
So, what I'm imagining, too, going back to the whole thing of you going down the list, is, was it this? Was it this? Was it this? And then every time you go through each bullet point, your eyes just get wider, and then you look up slowly and go, oh.
It just gets angrier and angrier. So, after Venom does his non-sacrifice, because we know he'll be back, because they give away in the final post-credits that he's gonna be back.
Right.
Jesus Christ. And that's not accounting for God, I hope what I'm thinking about with regards to Spider-Man doesn't come to pass. But anyways, back to Dr. Payne. So, her and this other scientist, whose motivations are all over the place, because she's like, no, Teddy, we have to save the world. I know you want to.
We can't do science if we're dead.
Yeah, we can't do science if we're dead. So I know you want to cooperate with the symbiotes, but if this codex thing is real, we have to make sure our world doesn't end. So then she goes to kill Venom, except she ends up bonding with Venom and getting Venom to Eddie. So I don't know what changed her mind there. But
wait, was she trying to kill Venom?
I assume because she was the one talking Payne down about. She was on Strickland's side for a bit there. Nobody's character motivations in this make any fucking sense.
Yeah, I thought she just was intrigued by Venom and just, like, bonded with it for
she was intrigued,
shits
but...
and giggles.
No, she was intrigued, but there was the whole thing when they're talking about the codexes and Strickland's like, this is a major threat, and she just goes, he's right, you know? But...
Yeah, because he is.
So I assumed that meant she was on his side about either Eddie or Venom has to die.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, that part's... So... Payne and whoever this is, she got the Lasher symbiote, so I guess I'll call her Lasher. So,
okay.
Payne and Lasher are trying to run, and Lasher, who doesn't have the symbiote anymore because it got ate, falls behind, and naturally the assumption is that Payne having smuggled out a symbiote, you think, yes, this is the climax of her character arc. This is where she gets to, in her eyes, redeem herself for the death of her brother. Not that it's her fault, it's actually kind of a tragedy, but she's gonna go out on her own terms, use the symbiote, get the other doctor to safety, die in the process, at peace with knowing that she has, by proxy, managed to save her brother, in a sense. Nope, turns out, her symbiote has a degree of super speed, never before seen by any of these fucks, allowing her to run in, grab the doctor, get out! Character arc complete! Clap, 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 clap! Well done! Brilliant!
Convenient.
Fuck! Is it does she have super speed because she got hit by lightning?
That would be something.
Is she Electro?
Well, I think I remember
There's a lady Electro! Hold on a second!
Well, I remember looking it up at one point, and apparently the symbiote that Payne is bonded with is one referred to as Agony?
Yeah, Agony can't do that in the comics, I'm pretty sure. But, no, now I'm confused. Is she actually supposed to be also an adaptation of Francine Fry? Is she Electro and Agony?
Yes, I don't know.
Anyways, that's the part that pisses me off the most. It's the... Not only did you fucking bait and switch us on the fucking Venom sacrifice, and also I don't give a fuck, because Venom is fucking stupid, and this whole thing is Venom's fault anyway, so... Might as well fucking kill him. But... It's the fact that in the middle of this, you also have the opportunity to do an actual heroic sacrifice that is fitting, if a little predictable for a character arc, for a side character, and then instead just, oh no, they make it out, that's fine. I don't care! I don't care if they make it out! I don't care about this character! I don't give a single flying fuck!
Right.
And then, I know I've skipped, right to the fucking end, but really, that's the only part of this movie that fucking matters, is that it's over.
Yeah, it's a little bit. It's like, I skipped to the end, but who cares?
You get Eddie shambling around in New York, sadly reminiscing about all the good times he's had with Venom, while Memories by Maroon 5 plays over a flashback sequence.
So, I really quickly want to talk about that, because when that whole bit originally starts, and you see Eddie Brock just being sad in New York, I'm just like, oh, that looks a little sad. And then the montage starts, and I'm like, oh, this is fucking funny. Because it's impossible to take seriously.
No, absolutely not.
It's a lot of memories, especially of just Venom's head being connected to Eddie, with Venom talking to Eddie. And I'm just like, I can't take this seriously right now. Y'all picked some dumb-looking scenes to have this retrospective montage with.
Oh, also, you know the other reason Venom sacrificing himself doesn't work in this movie? He did it at the end of the first one.
Did he?
Yeah, when the rocket exploded and he made the parachute, but the parachute was on fire, and he's like, goodbye, Eddie. Venom, no! And then it turned out at the end Venom was still fucking alive.
Right.
They already did it once!
Yeah, that does ring a bell. Yes.
Especially because we know the little Venom fragments move around and have a will of their own, apparently, and we know that a fragment got saved, so of course he's alive. Even without the post-credit scene where we see a cockroach fluttering around the broken vial that had the little piece of Venom symbiote in it and presumably getting possessed, we'd still know. Even if that's not the case, you already hinted symbiotes have a multiversal hive mind, and there's a little piece behind in the MCU, so all it has to do, God I hate this, is go to New York, bond to Tom Holland, bam, there's a new Venom symbiote, no one can exploit that connection, hop into the MCU, there's rumors going around that that's what Spider-Man 4 is actually gonna set up, and I fucking hate it.
So, when the very end credit scene happened, there was a woman who, as she was leaving, she just loudly went, "Oh, hell no." Roaches? No one needs those kind of roaches.
Nah. I know we made a big deal, or at least I made a big deal of mentioning that Chiwetel Ejiofor is in this movie as Strickland, but he barely does anything.
He barely does anything, except kind of be correct.
He's 100% correct. Just shoot Eddie in the fucking head.
It's one of those things where it's a little frustrating on the scientist side, because normally I'm kind of the bleeding heart type, and I try to be like, yeah, no, they're just, like, misunderstood or whatnot, but it's a thing of Strickland, even though the way he goes about it might not be the greatest, he's like, no, guys, the literal fate of every living being is on the line, and Eddie Brock and Venom are the key, where it's like, if one of them dies, then we don't have to worry about it. That's not a hard decision to make.
Especially when you've got his entire squad getting massacred by one of the xenophages, and Dr. Payne's first reaction is, did you get any samples? Fuck you!
Yeah, for real.
What the fuck is your problem?
Yeah. And even still, during, like, the final climactic fight 2, where one of the symbiotes goes, like, we're on your side, we are not the bad guys here, it's just... Yeah, but... Because they established especially that, you know, if the symbiote brings somebody who died back to life, that's a codex. What happens if somebody dies, but the symbiote is still around and brings them back to life? Like, at that point, it's like, cool, now there's 2 of y'all. That's an even bigger problem.
Right? Also, isn't that what the toxin symbiote did for Mulligan?
You know what? Wow, I guess
the excuse there is he was only mostly dead, but as far as I know, Eddie was only mostly dead at Venom 1, so...
Wait, no, I think it works out for Mulligan because the same symbiote is not the one that brought him back to life. The new symbiote that the scientists gave him is what did it.
But it's still around. All they said, and okay, that's another stupid point. They make a whole thing out of when they're bringing Mulligan into Area 55, they go, oh, his symbiote abandoned him. What symbiote? Where did he get that one?
Because again, I don't remember anything about Venom 2. Was Carnage not a symbiote?
No, it wasn't the Carnage symbiote that got him, because Venom ate Carnage.
Oh, that's right.
There was no indication there was any other symbiote around. He just sprung back to life, whispered the word monsters, presumably fucking had a heart attack when he saw the Morbius trailer, died.
He was like, oh, hell no. Ugh!
They injected him with a symbiote that is supposed to be toxin, but definitely isn't. What was even the point? Why didn't they just say that was the symbiote and, like, they awakened it or something? Why did it have to be a different symbiote? And why is it not toxin?
Who is John Galt?
I don't understand half of what goes on in this movie or what the reason for it was.
It's okay, because I think the movie doesn't know the answer either.
He's gonna be back.
He is coming back. I feel like either Venom himself is coming back, probably by the vehicle of Spider-Man 4, or they're going to set something up where, I don't know, there's like a little strand of symbiote left in that one vial, and roaches take over the universe. Which, yeah, I don't want to watch that movie.
Or both. Like, say the little Venom symbiote takes over a roach, manages to hijack living beings all the way to New York, reunites with Eddie, and now there's 2 Venoms running around in the multiverse with this same symbiote. But also, the mid-credit scene is Null doing a whole monologue about, oh, it doesn't matter that the Codex is lost. My plans are only beginning. Their champion has fallen. Your world will burn and you will watch, setting up that Null's still gonna get out somehow and he's gonna do some big giant I'll fuck up your world event. And out of all the Sony Spider-Man universe heroes, if Venom's dead, what the fuck are you gonna do? Who's gonna fight him now? Dr. Michael Morbius? I don't fucking think so.
Right.
Cassandra Webb? Craven? You got nothing! You got fucking nothing! Of course you're bringing Venom back! You're either bringing Venom back, or you're dragging Spider-Man into this stupidity, and I hate both of those options.
Right.
Just like I hate this movie.
And if you had to summarize this movie in one sentence, what would it be?
That's really tough. There's so many words. Fuck is a good one. Stinky's another.
I mean, I feel like there's so many options. Fuck is a good one, is a good answer.
Dishonest.
Dishonest?
This is a dishonest film.
Eddie. Are we the bad guys, Eddie?
Thanks to Troll 2, I can now call this a double-decker bologna sandwich of a movie.
Wait, I should watch Trolls 2, shouldn't I?
You should watch Troll 2. Don't die, Jesus.
I'm trying my best not to.
I don't want to have to do Craven by myself in a couple months.
Ugh.
Fuck.
Watch that actually end up being really good. That would be pretty funny.
I can't imagine. Greg.
I don't think it will be, but it would be very funny if it was actually pretty good.
We are literally 0 for 5 on any of these being actually good.
It would be very funny if this was the Sony equivalent of the Wonka movie for you.
Oh, I don't...
I still sometimes bring that up with Jimmy, by the way, every now and again.
Yeah, you were right, Jimmy. I saw Wonka. I liked it. I had a delightful time. All right. God
almighty.
don't watch this. Seriously, it's...
Do not watch Venom 3. If us going back to talking about Wonka is any indication, do not watch Venom 3.
Man, now I want to rewatch Wonka. Should put that on the movie night for December.
Yeah, it is a Christmassy movie, even if it's not really a Christmas movie.
Speaking of things where Hugh Grant proves he gives no fucks, thinking back to Heretic.
Oh, right.
That's out not this weekend, but the next weekend. That's good. I'm excited. High five.
Is that going to be your palate cleanser?
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it'll be Here, which is the movie that comes out this upcoming weekend. We'll see.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess that wraps us up, so...
Yes, so thank you so much for watching and listening, everybody.
Exactly. Make sure to, if you want to do all those nice things and you haven't done so already, please do those now. Like I said, next week is probably going to be Here, the Tom Hanks, Robin Wright movie directed by Robert Zemeckis that's about one single spot over eons, I guess. But
right, yeah.
I'm excited, that looked interesting.
It does look very interesting, but I'm also biased to be interested in anything involving Tom Hanks, in all honesty.
I don't know about anything, but a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless of how next week goes, this has been Under the Bridge with Cody, aka the Scarlet Troll.
And with Greg, aka Greg.
And we'll catch you all next week.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye!